Examples and counterexamples. Providing a single example is always sufficient to prove that there is a there exists statement. Providing a single example is always sufficient to prove that a there exists statement is true, which is what I've just been saying. And providing a single counterexample is always sufficient to prove that a for all statement is false. Okay, so examples. Rewrite the following statements using the for all and there exists. Also determine whether or not each statement is true, justifying your answer. So the first one is the square root of any positive integer. So whenever you see that for any positive integer, you should be thinking that's for all. Okay, is less than or equal to the integer. So for all n such that it is an integer and it's a positive integer, okay, the square root of n has to be less than or equal to n. That's what that's saying. So let's think about it. N equals 1. The square root of 1 would be less than or equal to 1. So that's true. N equals 2. Square root of 2 has to be less than or equal to 2. So that's true. Now that would continue for n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. We don't know what's going to happen for infinity, but we would assume that it is true. Okay? We would assume it is true. But note, we haven't proven it. Because we've only shown it for certain values. We haven't proven it. Let's look at the next one. There is at least one. So in this case, we're looking at the existence of a value. So there exists a real number that, when squared, results in a smaller number. Okay? So there exists n being a real number such that n squared has to be smaller than n. It has to be a smaller number. Okay, now we know that's not going to work for whole numbers because, say, 2 squared is 4, 4 is greater than 2. So let's look at fractions. So it doesn't work for whole numbers. What about fractions? Now note, it's the existence. There exists. We only need to find one example that works. So if I say, what if n is a quarter? 1 quarter, all squared, would be 1 over 16. And 1 over 16 is less than a quarter. So that works. So therefore, 1 over 4 all squared is less than 1 quarter. So I've shown the statement's true. I only need one single example. So therefore, this statement is true as shown by the existence of a single example. N equals a quarter.